Hi again, everyone. 2 News Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony here inside the 2 Works For You Weather Center. Going to bring you up to date on some long-range prognostications using our long-range weather forecasting method, the Lezak recurring cycle theory. And the pattern is starting to become more established at about 42 to 45 days. And so we're starting to see some of the repeating weather pattern beginning to cycle, and it's starting to kind of give us an indication of how December is going to start. So we'll go over that forecast here tonight. Let's first start by looking at the jet stream for Monday, and it looks like once we get past this holiday weekend, Monday is December 1st. December should start warm. This is a jet stream pattern that is allowing warm air to flow in here from the Pacific. We're in this nice warm southwesterly flow. Should open up the Gulf of Mexico here around this high pressure system down here to the east, so we ought to influence and bring in a little moisture, and so it'll feel a little more like spring to start off December. And then up here in the northwest you have a storm digging down here, and believe it or not, this is somewhat of an El Nino pattern beginning to set up. I'll discuss that in just a second, but this really looks very similar to what we saw back in October. We had a very warm period in mid to late October, and that is because the jet stream retreated way to the north, allowing warm air to flow into the middle part of the country, and that is essentially what is happening here again about 40 to 44 days later. And this is somewhat of an El Nino pattern. El Ninos are characterized by you'll have some warm air up here, I should say some cold air, bottled up way up to the north. The jet stream is lifted to the north. We're also in a split flow. Notice how there's the northern branch of the jet stream up here, southern branch is down here, and you've got the cold air that is bottled up way up here to the north, and so it's being kept up in Canada. And down here in the Midwest, essentially mild air. Something else to note with an El Nino pattern, you'll get a strong jet stream rushing across essentially the southern half of the country. Tulsa's kind of right on the edge of this. So a storm will come out here about December 3rd, and it could be a wet storm, but usually these types of setups are wetter for Texas and the deep south, and we're always kind of on the edge here, and unfortunately the upper Midwest stays somewhat dry and mild. So we'll see how that pans out. So anyway, here's the forecast. First 15 days of December, I'm going to go with above average high temperatures, in fact, above average temperatures through that time. Not to say that we're not going to have a couple of cold shots that will come in here for the first couple of weeks of December. It looks like we get a wet storm on December 3rd, and one of those cold shots shows up around December 11th, but then we cycle back into that big ridge in the middle part of the country, trough out to the west. Eventually, though, I still think as we head toward the end of the month, head toward Christmas, we're going to see something similar that we had around November 11th. We'll get a huge ridge to build out in the west, in the Pacific Northwest over Alaska, and that should tap into some very cold Arctic air and bring that back down for the end of the year and into the new year. Hope you enjoyed this video weather blog. Have a great Thanksgiving. Stay safe, and if you get a chance to get outside and enjoy the wonderful weather this weekend, it's going to be in the 70s on Saturday. Happy Thanksgiving.